Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the family. Today we are here to connect with the energy of Gaia. Gaia, the daughter of the great spirits, who is the source of all. For this reading, we are going to have two piles. Pile number 1 and pile number 2. Pick the pile that you feel most drawn to before we start our reading with pile number 1. Did you manage to pick your pile? Let's start our reading. So if you connect with pile number 1, first message for you is something that is extremely simple and direct, connected with this image in here. It's time for you to shine. Whatever it is, shine, shine, shine. Don't be afraid to show your light. But let's see what is the remaining information we have in here, because probably together we'll have more clarity. So we have the energy of let go of the old, make the sacrifice, and be vigilant. Well, it is a tiny bit, this is a complicated energy because the darkness is surrounding, and we started our reading with shine, 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 don't be afraid of showing your light. And what we have in here is a lot of darkness surrounding the light. So I have the feeling you're about to change, but you're afraid of losing yourself and forgetting who you are. What I would say, pile number 1, I will take more cards after to see if we can go around this energy, but the first energy that I'm feeling in here is that you can never stop ceasing to be who you are. Be it because you're dealing with the dark, be it because you're dealing with the light, you will be always a source of inspiration. You will be always a source of light. So what I see is someone being careful to not misuse their power. So there's an energy of doing almost everything that you can to bring balance to a situation. And the only thing is, if you have to sacrifice someone, you don't want it to backfire, pretty much. We have a karmic, I wouldn't say, well, it came in my mind, a karmic knot. We have a karmic energy near where something is clearly not okay, but you're not knowing how to deal with it and make it okay. It's one of that kind of things, if you do not cut it from the root, the problem will grow again. And it could be near guilty conscience. And if we have in consideration that the last card I have in my hands is the Seven of Swords, so you're struggling with your thoughts. But let's see what we have in here. We have the Two of Pentacles, we have the Five of Swords, and we have the energy of Eight of Wands. Look, pile number 1. The first thing that's Gaia coming in here to say is that, like a mother, if we have to protect our kids, we will do it. Okay? I have the feeling that you're not protecting your kids, you're protecting something that is of your interest and the interest of the people that shouldn't need to be protected, but they're needing to be protected. It's a bit complicated because we have vulnerable energies involved in here. And this vulnerable energies is putting you in a position of almost try to see the full picture, how to come around without hurting yourself, without hurting the person that you want to support, without hurting the persons that do need to be sacrificed. So you're trying to take the high road. I don't think the high road, I will say it. I hope I will change my mind at a later time, even if I remember. If I don't remember, that means the universe wants to let you know that the high road won't take you anyway, because the problem will surface, whatever. The problem will come back again, and you might want to deal with it once for all. It's like it's going to be painful. Okay, you know what? Let's deal with it right away, because otherwise you will be living in a state of being constantly vigilant, because the old is growing, the old is growing. This is like Medusa's head. Unless you, I don't know if the word is petrify, but unless you transform everything in stone, there's no way around. The problem will reflect back. So you need to take a decision, because if you look in here, the tides in here are really high actually, isn't it? So it's like a small energy trying to chase a big energy. The only difference is the more I look to this, I feel that at any time this boat actually is going to the other way around. And when you start looking back to go into your future, this problem will swallow you completely. Don't think they'll be able to keep you in there forever anyway, because they won't be able, let's say, they won't be able to kill you. But the only thing is, you'll come back stronger, and that time there will be no mercy. So there are two ways of dealing with this. You can try to use mercy now in a balanced way, and maybe that's the way dealing with the problem now. Then face it at later time, where your rage will come out of balance, and then the results will be worse than the problem. Like I said, there will be no mercy. And this is because you were pitying them in the beginning, and they kept doing the same thing. And in the end, you had to take a decision that you were avoiding to take. I will take 3 rows on each cards and see if there's anything I need to pay attention to. So we have the Hierophant. We have the Emperor. You need to position yourself. Oh my God, Strength. Yeah, you need to position yourself. Okay, pile number 1. When it comes to your energy, okay, it started with you have to shine your light. And this is because the darkness might take over the situation if you don't make your presence be felt. It's like a decision needs to be taken. You know what's going on with the energy of the Hierophant and the energy of the Two of Pentacles connected with the energy of let go of the old. It's something that has been in your life for a while. If it's not in your life, it is in your family, surrounding your father, surrounding your mother, surrounding your sister, surrounding your brother, and in the end of the day, surrounding yourself, because their problem will become your problem at a certain point. Unless you hate all of them, then by all means, turn your back, which is not the case. So what I would say is, because you want to be, it's not even because you want to be, I think you might be the main rebellious character in your family, and that puts you in a position of being the leader. And for certain people, it could be being the leader because you are rebellious, being the leader because you are oldest, be the leader because you are in the middle but more responsible. You are the face and the energy of change. The strength that you carry is superior than the fear they are trying to bring. But it is your job to stand up, make the sacrifice, and deal with it right now. Otherwise, the energy of being vigilant is coming near to say, things haven't grown yet. But be vigilant, because if you allow time to surpass, the problem will persist. And you don't want that. There is a lot of stubbornness for everyone. But it looks like you are the most stubborn. The good thing about your energy of being the most stubborn of all is because you are trying to be the judge, but one that is fair, the one that wants to bring balance. So you're trying to be fair to everyone involved, including yourself, because an opinion you already have. If you haven't dealt with this situation yet, you are going to deal with. But I have the feeling that for certain people, by the time you listen to this, it is sorted. You might have done something to shift this energy and control it. Other people, my suggestion is cut the things straight away. Cut the problem. Don't allow it to grow. Look at this. We have the 10 of swords. It's interesting because the bottom card is the 9 of swords, like we mentioned before. Conflict in accepting the reality. The 10 of swords is something that you know that it will occur, it will happen, but you need to accept it. You need to accept it because it's like wanting to be good, but not being able to force others to be good. We have the King of Pentacles and we have the Moon energy. It does involve mother figure and father figure without a doubt. Okay, it's showing up with persistence in here, especially because in the beginning I was in a doubt, but we have the Emperor in here and the King of Pentacles. We have the Strength card. This Strength card in here, we have the energy of the Lion and this energy of the female energy plus the energy of the Moon. Is definitely the divine masculine, divine feminine. They are in need of the support of their, I don't know, their youngest leader, their biggest leader, their leader. This is what I see. Okay, you are the solution of a problem that shouldn't occur. It's like you come with this power of, it's interesting because you carry the power of the ones that been in here before, but probably if this father figure and mother figure are still present and well alive, it feels that you dim your light to allow them to do what is right. Because they are not doing what is right, it's like you need to step up your game. It's like there is a throne, the throne is yours, but because you are respectful, you stay down in here, as in like, okay, I am the king, they are the, let's say, the queen, the emperor and the empress. I need to remember that they are above me. But what I'm seeing here is that you need to rise up to them or above them, if it makes sense. And then yes, you will bring this circus down and finish with this damn karma that feels like is nonsense. Okay, so what I would say is support is needed for the ones that are vulnerable. Once you do that, you will be able to sort out this nonsense and live a life that is more fulfilling without having to be constantly vigilant of the past having to come back again. So it's like facing the truth in year pile number 1. You need to face the truth that you are that knife that needs to cut this old BS. This is why you need to shine your light, because this energy of the be vigilant says, be watchful and cautious of both others' actions and your own. Stand ready to protect yourself from those who may covet what you have or seek to harm those you care for. But also be vigilant and watchful of your own actions, lest you be the one doing harm. Weigh your actions. Be sure you act wisely. Be sure you have done all that is needed to be done before moving forward. Leave nothing to chance, lest all you have nurtured and cherished be undone by your own lack of vigilance. So a measure needs to be taken, but because it does involve karma, you want to be sure that you're not unfair. And because we already start this energy with the sun, did you remember what I said about it looks like you have the same energy as your parents, because they are showing up with all of them with major arcanas. Now if I look back in here, this is who you are, the sun. And someone is knocking the door, so wakey wakey, you are the light, you are the solution. I'll come back soon. So pile number 1. Sorry, I had to go out to open the door, and there are certain things that already escaped my mind. What I would say is, this is what I would say to my heart, to my future self, if I was in your position. Look, there is a problem. We have no doubt about it. In your family, in someone else's family, but they are your family. So the problem in your family becomes your problem, and your problem ends up becoming their problem, because if you are upset, you will upset them. If they are upset, they will upset you, and by all means, we know how it goes, isn't it? So what I would say is, look, there is an intervention needed in here. It could be physical, it could be spiritual. The physical one will have condemnations. But the truth is, there will be always someone pointing the finger, even if you're doing the right thing. So maybe my suggestion would be, introduce the spiritual work surrounding this, asking the universe to do everything that it takes to sort out this problem without you intervening physically. If it is divine, it's like saying you are sending all your powers to sort this problem in a spiritual way, in a spiritual realm. And that will allow you to be as fair as you can in accordance with what you have to do. If then it doesn't work, things do not change, they do not improve, then by all means, there's nothing else left apart of you physically intervening. And this physical intervening means exchange words that might be cautioning others to be attentive, because you are vigilant. And you, in here is like let them know that this is wrong, and it will backfire from the moment you are warning them, and then they don't take the right decision to change the course of their actions. So what you are doing in here, you are trying to heal spiritually and emotionally and bring in peace, and who knows, transform this karmic energy. If it doesn't work, then it means that the spiritual realm is coming here to say it was meant to be for you to act, because this karmic energy was created for you to be able to be that energy of igniting the light and bringing the change. But it can only be done when you position yourself. And this energy of making the sacrifice is having to be mean without wanting to intervene. This is what we have. This is the dilemma. You have no problems at all in being mean, but you are being almost like cautious and respectful, because I keep feeling this sense of the circle in this energy in here. It goes in circles, so it feels it's something inside your relationships. It might involve strangers, but it doesn't matter. It's inside of real relationships. So the more I look into this card in here, what I see is that you are a peaceful person keeping the peace. But if you lose it, you are able to smash this peace. And that is connected with this light in here and this skeleton. It's like, I will eat you alive. Don't make me do that. And in the end of the day, they will be eaten alive anyway, because like I said, if no decision is taken, no mercy will be presented. And let's be realistic. Let's face the truth. What happens if you feel that you're being threatened? What happens if you feel like you're cornered and there's no way around? you go in protective mode, isn't it? And when we are in protective mode, that means that someone is threatening us. They jump the barriers of the boundaries, and now they are in our territory. And in this territory, I won't survive if I do not bring them down. So in here, it's like me and you. I think the answer is easy. You, isn't it? So what I'm trying to say in here is a problem needs to be faced. Let's try to face it in a different way. Because not everyone works as a healer. For me, it's easy, for example, to see this reading, to do this reading, associated with my life if it's needed, and know if I have to take a decision. But I'm not in your position. But there's one thing that I know, is that we all share similar energies. The story might be different, but the essence is in there. So if I was you and I was in this position, and this message totally resonates with you, I would find my own healer and ask them to heal this situation or to bring light to this situation. Do whatever you can. It's like, this is my story, this is my problem, and I'm afraid of dealing with it. I'm even banging on the mobile phone. So I'm afraid of dealing with it. Can you help me release it? And this person would say, look, let's try, let's bring light to this situation. We'll try to do everything that we can spiritually, but this is where we are. It's interesting because what I'm seeing is in here is there are two ways around this. You can either just do a healing for this particular situation, and if you were talking, let's say if it was me that I was talking with you, I would have that, like I always say, I can only speak about what I know, what I do. I would start, let's say, with radionic tables and rituals. That's number one. The second thing is to see the first thing will be just do a healing, cut cords, and that's it. And see if things will change. And this cutting the cords will be through quantum healing in this particular case. Because we need to jump in here between the past, the present, to make sure that we open the future. So what are you doing with this healing? You are removing all the opportunities connected with things that are not related with free will. It's like, okay, let's test this person. We will clean this energy and we will make sure that whatever action they have after is under free will or not because they are under an influence of something or energy. So you are removing the excuses and you go do the healing. In here, you don't have to do any story, count any story. Just ask for a cleansing for the lineage, for example, or whatever it is. The second thing is go through the cards, see the energies, listen to the advices, and I'm pretty sure it will come to two things. Either they will say to you, this problem has to be resolved physically, but we can support you spiritually, or this problem will be resolved spiritually and there's no need of you intervening physically. So this will give you a new perspective where you feel that you need to be careful and you need to be attentive of what it takes to deal with this situation before you intervene. So this is a way of dealing with it spiritually. So we are trying everything that you can. This is what the energy of the be vigilant told you. Be protective, but make sure that if you have to react or act, you don't do it in a way that it will backfire to you. You want to be fair. And that was the energy since the beginning. Because we have this energy of the sun, and the cards that did show up was the energy of the strength, the energy of the Hierophant, and the energy of the Emperor, they're all coming in here to say, you, the child, be it divine masculine, be it divine feminine, you have the power of your parents to finish all things. But it starts with you positioning yourself. Right now, you need to rise above, look down, and take the decisions before you act. So pretty much in here, you need to envision the future and know the steps for the present moment. As you let go of the old, you learn what needs to be sacrificed, and you take the decisions to spare yourself and spare everyone involved. So what I will do now, I will take an extra card for each one of these cards that we have on the table and see if there will be any shifting. Let me put it this way. If we want to do just a healing, okay, to avoid you putting your hands directly and speaking with these people and doing anything that might harm you, let's say if you want to do a healing, okay, a quantum healing, you have the energy of embrace the masculine. We have the energy seek your answers within. We have the energy you were born to create. So healers, you can do this yourself through healing, okay? This is something that I have no doubt about it. You don't need a second person to intervene in here. If you are a healer of yourself, if you are a healer yourself, you know your strength. There's no reason for you, it's like saying, there's no reason for you to come and look at me, because you can do it yourself. This is the answer solely for ears. You have what it takes to let go of the old, because your masculine energy is powerful enough to make the sacrifice to bring an answer to your own problems. Because you yourself, you know what created this problem. You know what it takes to sort it out. So go for it and deal with it yourself. The second thing you have in here is nurture all you love, seek the lesson, and embrace the dark. Pile number 1. There is a caution energy in here, okay? And this caution is not for the person that is meant to do this work. So the answer for you is, if you seek for healing, is it going to work as long as you're not at fault? And this message does not apply to healers, okay? In here, there is a division. People that are working for the light towards the light, they know what's going on, and they've been hiding in the back to avoid taking a decision and a position. But the thing is, you are being called to take a spiritual decision, a spiritual stand, even before you show up physically. When it comes to other people, it feels that if you are involved in this particular situation and you yourself, you are part of the problem because you did instigate it, it feels that you need to make sure you don't wish anything bad to someone else if there's any possibility of you receiving that same bad energy back. And this is why you have the energy of karma in here, is because we have certain people that just want to be mean, but you're not being fair because you wronged someone. So you need to make sure that you don't emanate the same energy of wronging someone, wanting to do a work to bring negative things into their life, and expect for you to receive light in return because you're assuming that you're being fair. That's not the case. So we have the 10 of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Knight of Cups. People that are dealing with energies of, how can I say, things that do involve money, Okay, what's running in here is money and emotions, pretty much. It's I haven't been loved and I deserve that I should have everything that you have, or should take everything that you have. We have other people in here thinking that there's a self entitlement energy for something that they didn't work. So if you're not coveting something that doesn't belong to you, this is what I would say. There's no harm for you to do a healing. You'll be supported. But if you do a healing and you are responsible for causing this problem, what I can say, your life will change for better, yes, but you will need to learn the lesson first. So the healing will work for everyone, but you might suffer something in the middle. Okay, so I'm just not sure what it is. So what I would say is, if there's any inch of you, and this, let me put it this in this way. If you came to this reading in here and you connected with this second message in here, I would say, look, there is a problem in your family when you feel that you have been, you are, people are not being fair with you, but actually you as well, you weren't fair with them. So whatever is going on, it feels like it's everyone's responsibility. So what can you do? First of all, heal yourself, and after, heal the situation. In this way, you will avoid karma. So for you, what I would say is, if you will need in quantum healing, you would have to be for your family, for yourself, for the situation, past life energy, present energy. So pretty much will be a deep cleansing for you, pile number one. For people that connected with this energy and they are nothing related with the energy of being a healers, what I would say is, if you look for a healing, you won't be just one-off service for one particular thing. You will be almost like a package. That's what I would say. Okay, so it's important for you to make sure that no matter what's going on around, if you know that there's an inch of you being responsible for, we have the Six of Swords, if there's even an inch of you feeling that you have a responsibility in what's going on because you did instigate, what I would say is, turn your back, heal yourself, and embrace the energy of nurturing everything, because in the same way that you are in the wrong, it was in the same way they were in wrong, and it's like, it's my fault, it's your fault. Okay, this is a no, this is a no-win situation. We have in here the Eight of Pentacles, and we have the Seven of Swords, and the last card we have the King of Swords. So for people that are not healers, my word would be, if you are dealing with a situation where you know that you have an inch of responsibility, the best course of action is, any healing that you do is not about seeking justice, but it's about seeking balance. That's number one. And that means you heal yourself and you heal everyone involved, and you're not wishing bad to anyone at all. The second energy with the Eight of Pentacles and this seek the lesson is all about trying to work to change your future, and more important, to change your actions, because deep down you know that you've done something wrong. Okay? But if you own nothing at all, you feel comfortable, then you can embrace the dark and know that from the dark you're able to create a change. And that comes with that energy of, I have no guilty conscience, therefore there's no reason for me to be vigilant of the sacrifices that need to be made to let go of the old. If this resonates with you, then by all means, the answer is in the spiritual realm. Okay? So it's just a question of how we are going around it. But remember, this is a general reading. So the most important thing that you need to recall is, only take what resonates, but in the end, trust in the magic. I am pretty sure that the universe knows how to support you, not just to surrender in the flow, but to learn to be in this world and deal with it in a different way. A way that will be beneficial for everyone involved. This is the message for people connected with pile number one. If you connect to the pile number 2, what is the message from Gaia? You chose the energy of the Page of Pentacles. What I understood from this energy near, first of all, is that for every ending there is a new beginning. For any new beginning there is a new opportunity to redo and redo as many times as is needed till it is perfect in accordance in what you need. Let's reveal the other cards and see what else we have in here. So we have the energy of the Page of Pentacles. Change is unavoidable. Protect the wild and green and respect your boundaries. So your message feels like it needs to come from the book. So starting from change is unavoidable. Change is unavoidable. Every second of every day you undergo change. Your perception is altered by what you see, feel, and experience from one moment to the next. Your body ages and moves closer to death with every breath. Autumn will always come to end the bounty of summer, and the new hope of spring will always follow the winter. Change is all around you. Do not let your fear bind you to the past and prevent you from enjoying your present and future. Stop fighting. You cannot resist the inevitable, so choose instead to embrace it with acceptance and peace. Connecting this reading with pile number 1, with the first reading, what I would say is when you see a problem arising, sort it. Okay? Limitations are really important. If someone is stepping on your toe, either you step back on their toe or you caution them as in like, look, can you pay attention where you're standing? You're crossing the line. Back off. This is your first warning. The second warning, do whatever you have to do. Because your second message comes from the energy of protect the wild and green. So it's like Gaia is coming here to say, look, change is unavoidable. We will always have the new beginning and an ending. But it's important for us to protect what really matters, because even me, myself, I do protect myself. Nature is surrounding me to represent me. If I am in danger, before anyone reaches in me, all my allies will support me. And this is because they come with the mission of protecting the wild and green. Because there is a line that is called respect. Respect your boundaries. And make sure that others follow through. And energy of protect the wild and green says, you are a guardian of the earth and all who share it. The trees, the animals, the birds, insects, and inhabitants of the ocean blue. It is time to play an active role in protecting and preserving the wild and the green by being aware of and limiting your impact upon the natural world. This world is not yours to possess. It is a gift given to you and your children. Thread gently. Thread with care and walk with love. Remember, your relationship with the world is a symbolic one. So it's important for you to remember, as you treat yourself, it is the way you treat Gaia. So there are two energies in here. We have people that are being called to protect Mother Nature directly because they might have a responsibility with the energy of environmentalism. But we have other people that when you look to this energy of protecting the wild, it's like, treat me as the way you expect Gaia to be treated, with love, with respect. Not just for yourself. It's interesting because what I'm feeling is the second time I think I'm struggling to move from this expression, unless this is not the message that is coming. It's like what they are coming here to say. For you to be able to be respect, you need to show others that need to do the same to you, for you, as they should do for their own self. It's like when you stand your grounds, you show others how to respect themselves, because they might be reproducing something that someone else done. So we have in here, let's say, someone that might have been abusive, and they are trying to do the same towards you, but they don't realize that it doesn't work that way. So you come, you stand your grounds, you put your limitations, and you tell them, if you cross from this place to the other place, there will be consequences. So far you got away with it, but with me, forget about it. It's time for you to get to know your place. And if you don't know, I will show it to you. So what we have in here is you telling someone it's not okay to be a bully. It's not okay to be abusive. It's not okay to try to send all your BS into me, thinking that I do deserve to have it. No, send it back to them. Belongs to them. So it's like whatever you do to other person, ask yourself, if it was you, would you accept it? Would you allow it? No. If you don't, then don't do to others what you don't want someone to do it. What you don't want someone else to do to you. There is an expression in Portuguese, I'm not sure if it does exist in English, and if it's there might be a saying in the same way. But I'm just going to do a direct translation. It might not make any sense for you guys, but it's like saying that putting chili in someone else's eyes, it feels like refreshment. And this is because it's painful to the other person. Till someone do the same to you, you start feeling and knowing that it's not so refreshing as it looks like. So stop hurting others when you know that you don't want to be hurt. So I just adapted to my reality. That was the best way I found to explain it. So if it does have another meaning, this is what I want you to take from me. Because once you do that, we go back to what really matters in here. The energy of respecting your boundaries. Because it comes with the confirmation that if you do not protect yourself, don't think that you'll be able to avoid change. Change is the only thing that is guaranteed in here. So protect yourself, because the world will keep moving. But you need to make sure that you stand your grounds when it comes to respect your boundaries. Others will not respect the emotional boundaries that you set within your relationships if you do not respect them yourself. Know yourself. Love yourself. If you do not accord yourself with the same care you desire from others, then you will not be shown care. If you do not honor your own truths and dreams, then nobody else will. Honor yourself by treating yourself with the same care and the same manner that you wish others to treat you. The difference in this reading in here is that although the message is sharing a clear information, I want to say what I feel. I don't feel that you are being disrespectful towards someone else. I feel that you are being protective, you are in the defensive energy, but you are not being offensive. And there's an energy in here of being offensive and defensive in a healthy way. So if we have a minority in here that maybe are showing the opposite, my message looks like it is directed for the others that are working in the light of the truth. When you are being wronged, and you need to be protective of your well-being. If the opposite is manifesting, what I would say is make sure that you end a behavior that is not healthy and allow yourself to change so you can be surrounded with like-minded people. And in here, like-minded people is more the energy of surround yourself with people that will show you the beauty that you have, not the ones that wants to bring only what is ugly. It's important for you to embrace your power. It's important for you to embrace your beauty. It's important for you to embrace your dreams. So it's time for you to ground yourself, to ground your energy, to ground your dreams. What you were doing before you are grounding your nightmares. So let's protect yourself. Let's release this nightmare and let's replace it with beautiful dreams. This is the message from Gaia for people connected with pile number 2. To each one of you that came to this reading, thank you so much for your presence. Looking forward to see you next video. Bye.